Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of Football GPS right here on CVM TV. My name is Orville Higgins. Now, from time to time, we talk to footballers, whether local or international, or whether Premier League or national ballers, maybe a better way and a more appropriate way to put it. We always talk to coaches as well, and we talk to analysts. So the football aficionados are always here on GPS. One sector that we don't talk to often enough are referees. Maybe the most important people on the pitch, because when any player can get substituted and the game still go on, referees are crucial. This evening, we want to talk to one of the referees. That is not him tell me, but I got it on good sound that he's one of the most talented, fastest rising young referees in the island. And people feel he'll go all the way. Tonight, we take the opportunity to make his acquaintance. He's Staffon Dewar, FIFA referee, joins us right now. How are you, the boss?
Good, Orville.
A good intro there?
Reasonable.
Reasonable.
Yeah, push it, but we're happy for that.
You're happy for that. I'll take us to the beginning. We want just to, take it to the career. Were you a footballer when you were growing up? Usually two people ref, either those who were very good and want to stay in the game, or those who never good, none at all as player, and decided they want to be refs.
I go and go with the farmer. I have to back myself on that.
You were a good footballer.
I'd say that. I love the game.
Yes.
I'll work with that. I love the game. And so I played until mid-20s, about. Yes. I remember we gathering with the guys to watch 2014 World Cup game.
Yeah. Which community or parish is this?
I'm from Garden Town in St. Andrew.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So gathering, you would sit with your friends to watch a game. Settling in to watch a World Cup game. I don't remember the game. But the commentator went on to introduce the referee himself on the game. And he said that the referee was a teacher. And for the first time, I actually thought a little more about the referee himself.
Yes.
Usually, nobody thinks about the referee until
you make a bad
call is made.
Run off somebody. Yes.
Exactly. And so for the first time, I thought a little more about the referee. And I thought to myself, maybe this is something I could do.
Yes.
And that's where the seed was planted. And I sought after it. I was 2014.
Yeah.
Started in 2015.
But before you get there, though, you say you were a decent baller. Did you play, you're in Garden Town, so would you have played Manning Cup or any other competitive football?
So we played schoolboy football up to U16s.
Yeah.
So I didn't play Manning Cup. I'm Old Marion.
You're from Woolmas?
Yeah.
Couldn't make the team, or you lost interest at some point?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of both. So I had left before sixth form. I think if I went to sixth form, maybe I'd have a little more time to play. So I left before sixth form. So if you're gonna play in fifth form, you'd have to be one of those guys.
Which year would that be? And what was Woolmas doing at that time? Let me see, me kind of have an idea.
07. I left in 07.
Who were
talking about?
Which set of ballers were there?
We had some Said Robinsons. We had some Atiba Morgans.
Oh. How well did Woolmas do during your last 2 years or so?
I can't recall, but
that means
not well enough.
Right.
Not well enough.
So at under 16, you made that decision that, if you were playing at under 16, were you a regular starter?
Not quite.
Not quite. But
no.
So what is it that made you make a decision at under 16 that, listen, I'm not going to try and make the Manning Cup team?
Yeah, man. You have to be real about life.
Oh.
You have to be real about life. And when you look on the talent around at the time, I was like, you know what? Let me focus on my CXCs.
Oh, okay.
And so that was it for me and playing at that level.
Yeah. Did you have any interest at all in refereeing before that? Never thought of it? Never think you'd be a FIFA referee?
Never.
All right.
Never thought of it before World Cup 2014.
None at all?
None at all.
What position did you play as a player?
I played fullback. Yes. But as I went playing in the communities and playing in business house football and all this, I moved up the pitch.
Oh.
So I played in the midfield. All
right. So you left school, you left Woolmas. What happened to what did you do after Woolmas? Football-wise, and I suppose otherwise?
It wasn't too much football-wise. It was just playing for
the fun of
the game. That was for I don't know, maybe 10 years it was just playing for the fun of the game.
Like with the regular Jamaican do. We find a scrimmage field on a Sunday morning.
But it was regular playing. It was regular playing.
All right. So 2014, you were watching the World Cup on TV. You hear the commentator talking about the referee, how he was a teacher. So the referees now highlighting the way that referees are not. And you said the bug started there. You said, what happened after that?
And so I sought out a person in my community who works closely with a certain uniform company, a company that makes jerseys and stuff.
Okay.
Yes, I got to Margaret Sutherland, who was chairman of the CASAFA referees group then. And she invited me out to
This is like how long after that World Cup moment then?
This is in 2015. So
the other year?
Yes.
Okay.
The following year. So it was, the interest was sparked, but do I do this? You ask one or two persons, where do I go? How do I get this done? But you're working, you're doing, life is going on at the same time.
Right.
And so the call came in from Margaret in 2015, and I went out one Saturday morning to join the CASAFA referees group, and that was where it all began. I didn't put on my referee gear until the year 2016.
So how long is the referee test?
The test in itself?
Yeah, the actual. Is there a theory section?
Yes, there is.
So there is a theory and a practical.
Yes, so there was, I recall, there was weekly sessions leading up to the test where, in theory, you learn the laws of the game.
Right.
So, and you'd be amazed.
Yes.
If you were to look into the laws of the game.
How much law you think you didn't know, you never know.
But the laws don't go too far away, however, from what the typical person would
know. And you were not just a typical person, you was a baller.
Yeah.
All right, so how well did you do in the test?
Did well. I don't remember, but it was well enough.
It was well enough. And how long after that did you actually blow your first whistle in a game?
Well, it wasn't, you don't usually start with a whistle.
No?
More than likely, you might start with a flag.
Oh, as an assistant?
Yes. And so,
are assistant referees and referees in the middle trained differently, examined differently?
In terms of on the field, you train differently. It's the same laws of the game that we both use. But
let us say I want to do a refereeing test tomorrow morning, for example.
Yeah, same test.
It's the same test?
Same test.
Okay,
yes.
So every assistant referee, if he, for whatever reason, can go in the middle? Or that is only at a lower level?
If needs be and he has to go, then I'm sure he could go out there and have an impact. However, it's a whole different set of skill set. And the higher you go, the more different it is.
Specialized.
Yeah, the more you specialize.
Right.
So it is specialized.
So, all right. So which game, so you're saying that your first time as an official was not in the middle?
Not in the middle.
Which game was that?
This was a U20 CASAFA game.
Yeah.
Down by Maxfield. I don't remember who Maxfield was playing against.
Right.
But I was on the line. You
remember how you felt? You're nervous or you said, is it a 1-2 this?
I don't recall being nervous on that game. I don't recall being nervous on the game for some reason. But it was still football.
Yeah.
And if you remind yourself that football is football, and then we knew what offside was.
Yes.
We knew what it was.
Yes.
Maybe in the game now, when there's a close situation and you're not so sure if that was on or off, and then you realize that maybe all these times when you used to argue with referees, maybe you shouldn't have.
I was about to ask you that. Were you one of those players who used to argue with referees?
I was one of those players.
Say God no. All right, so you did your first game as an assistant referee. How long did you continue as an assistant referee?
As an AR, I think in the same year I transitioned to the middle of the field. So we're talking 2016.
Yeah.
Early 2016, maybe by about summer of 2016, I got my first game to whistle. This was in St. Catherine.
So this was something you wanted to do?
Yes.
That you never want to stay upon the line?
I wanted to whistle.
Yeah, man.
I wanted to whistle.
I always wonder why people turn assistant referee. We couldn't do it. Do referees get paid more than the assistant? I'm not fast in your business.
I would say no, because the margin of payment that is different isn't great enough to say that it is different. Yeah.
So, all right, so you get your first game in the middle now in a St. Catherine. Is it a D1 game or D2?
No, it was a youth game. The man for
The
D1
big
game.
man thing. I look at you.
You have to start so first. You have to creep.
All right, so can you remember the game?
Yeah, it was, I think it was in Eltham. It was, however, alongside Stephanie Yising. That is one of our big names now.
I think where the JFF recognized a whole host of referees, including yourself.
Yes,
so you were in the middle and Stephanie was on the sideline.
Because she had to hold my hand. Of course.
What was holding your hand?
At that time, no, this is my transition to the middle of the park. That was her. Yeah. That was whoever made the appointment, ensuring that this young man in the middle, does well by putting the experience on the line so as to guide him.
Were you nervous for that?
I was nervous for that.
So you're never nervous as a linesman?
No.
But you're in the middle now, are you nervous?
Yes, nervous, no. No, it's on you.
Yeah.
No, it's on you. As the referee, now the buck stops with you.
Yes.
So I was...
How did you do, if you were to grade yourself?
It was a youth game. And you might find that after the first whistle, all the jitters go, because now it's keeping up with play, and you just get into your football mode and your officiating mode, and it's foul or no foul. It's getting into position to see foul or no foul. Once that starts, you don't have time anymore to be nervous. Okay,
great way to put it. Did your days as a player help you as a referee?
Certainly.
Did?
Certainly.
All right.
You have a much better understanding of the game. You know what players will do. You understand the spirit of the game. You know what the players want. You know what the teams want.
Right.
And the spirit of the game is very significant, just as much as the laws of the game. The spirit of the game is certainly significant, and all of us have to really work within the spirit as well.
You rose very quickly through the ranks. So when did you start doing senior games now?
Senior games. So after that youth game in St. Catherine, then now we had kind of segued into schoolboy football at the time.
Manning and Costa Cup.
Manning and Costa Cup in that same year. And of course, there was the parish leagues.
Right.
Major League and Super League. Yes. Even Jackie Bell was still around.
How long did you take before they start giving you the big games, the knockout games, maybe semi-finals and finals and that kind of thing?
In terms of schoolboy football?
Yeah.
In that same year, I had a few second round games.
Right.
In that same year. Now, when you get second round games, that means something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that tells you that somebody's looking and somebody's liking what they're seeing.
All right, we have to take a break. We're talking to Staffon Dewar, FIFA referee. Him look young. I don't said to him when him coming at the studio, but he has wealth of experience which he's continuing to share. We'll soon come back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Football GPS. We're talking to Staffon Dewar, FIFA referee. We're getting his story as we go along. So you are now moving through the ranks because we want to get to your FIFA referee stage. You've started getting second-round games now in schoolboy football. When did you do your first big game in local football, whether at the schoolboy or at the Premier League level?
So you would be introduced at the Premier League level as fourth official.
Right.
Yes, that would be your role. So you would be on games that not so hot, you know, go on wet your feet, so to speak, and then so my first Premier League game was at the back end of the season. Okay. Yes, when the game didn't really mean much. Well, my seniors thought that it would have been good for me because nothing can come of it.
Yeah.
It went okay, I'd say, but these games can be tough to officiate when teams don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
Then
no fouls are coming.
Oh, it's no football.
Man,
and it can,
to turn a Karachi can't
yes, man. And so it can be a more challenging game to manage.
All right, so you went through that process then. And then when? Which is the game that you did in Jamaica when man say, a referee are good enough? Which was that game for you?
I did. It was Champions Cup at the time. I don't recall if it was Champions Cup or I don't remember the name of it. Like
schoolboy?
Yes, in schoolboy.
Yeah.
I did I think it was a semi-final, Stats versus States.
Yeah. Over Sabina?
No, in Montego Bay.
Okay.
Stats versus States. I think that was maybe the game.
Yeah, one man said Imoga far.
Yes, that was maybe the game.
All right, what was it like now? We've seen some pictures on the screen and we're going to ask you what was the occasion and things on some of these pics. But when did you know that maybe being a FIFA referee was something on the cards?
Well, you upon joining the CASAFA referees group, there were FIFA referees in and around the group.
Right.
And so when these guys spoke of their experiences, when these guys, you know, and they were the ones most times in charge of training, in charge of, you know, and when these guys spoke, that was the aim for everybody.
To be a FIFA referee.
Yeah, that's the aim for everybody. As long as you can stay fit, then you're thinking FIFA.
Tell me the day or the night when you learned that, you know, say, all the training and hard work paid off. I'm now a FIFA referee. How was that news broken to you?
All right, let me. I knew I was being considered for FIFA after an email was sent out for a fitness test. Right? The fitness test, it was during COVID, so there wasn't too much fitness tests being done. When the email came out, I checked to see all the recipients of this email.
And all of them are FIFA referees?
And all of them are FIFA referees, except myself and another candidate, Nerissa, at the time.
Yes.
And you read between the lines and you realize what's happening here. Because nobody said it.
Yes.
Nobody said it. You realize what's happening here. So, you now know that you are being considered.
Right.
Upon it now, it's a fitness test. So you must pass this one. If you're not pass any others, you must pass this one. So it was confirmed in my mind when I completed that fitness test.
Yeah.
However, for some reason, CONCACAF used an under-20 qualifying tournament to really see us before they confirmed us. So some of us are fortunate enough to go out in CONCACAF before we are actually...
Where was the tournament that year?
In Damrep.
So them sent it to the tournament?
Yes.
And you do the tournament?
It was a bit of an examination, so to speak. Let us see these persons who you consider. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So you would have been a FIFA referee now for how long?
This is my third year on the list. It's a yearly subscription, so to speak, and so this is my third year on the list.
And you would have done a lot of international games and international tournaments. Tell us a little bit about that.
Fair enough. A fair amount for a third-year FIFA referee.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way.
Tell us one of the most memorable games you did outside of Jamaica.
Outside of Jamaica. So, in terms of reffing, I
was an assistant.
What's the name of the tournament? I'm trying to remember. But it was between two Panamanian teams.
Yeah.
and it was something. At the end of the game, there were 3 players with bandages on their heads.
Lord, that was
Yes, that was my first big game as a referee. Yeah, where I whistled. Yes. And so there were always the youth tournaments.
Okay.
You go to those and you.
I hear people who ref in Central America and off here we were kind of mentioning that sometimes refereeing in these places can be very daunting.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Give me why and how.
It is. These fans are ultimately passionate.
Yeah.
We here we talk a big talk.
Yeah.
Yes. But I can't say that we hold the passion of these fans when it come on to their football.
Like where?
We're talking Honduras, we're talking El Salvador, we're talking Mexico. These places, yes, it's the players have a certain bite about them. The managing teams have a certain bite about them. The fans, and it's football feels different.
When you are refereeing internationally with ballers who don't talk English, and you have to say something, are you one of those referees who say, "Hey, careful, red card reach you"? Or how do you communicate?
We are taught to use our body language.
And yes.
And so, if I step to you with this look, with my arm like this, everybody knows I'm telling you that which you just did
can't work.
Is unacceptable.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of body language that you use to communicate in those DMs. Because really, the less you say sometimes, the better. Because you invite more conversation, and you don't really want conversation. So you use your body to tell them what you want to tell them.
Are you a hard referee? You know some referee where them come at the game and but players don't say. Because referees have different styles. Some are a little bit more lenient, some allow the flow, some no ramp as you slip your slide, as we say in Jamaican language. Where are you on that spectrum?
I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I'll say that. I don't think I'm not soft.
Right.
I'm not soft. But if needs be, we bring it to where. So we try to match the specific situation rather than saying, this is me, and this, you want to match this situation. That's what you want to do. So if it wants a smile,
one of the things when I watch local Premier League in Jamaica is how the spectators go at the referee. Boy, go.
Yeah, man. Yes, man. Beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep. How do you deal with that?
Overtime is water off a duck's back for the most part.
You know, it's like you hear it.
For the most part.
Okay.
Yes.
I know it's stressing for the most.
Yes. At some point, you're human, so at some point it pierces.
Yeah.
Yes. And you may want to respond to one or two.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Make we take the break. We have 5 more minutes with Mr. Staffon Dewar. This feel like it could have go all 2 hours. Coming back after the break.